Local food has the perception of being more expensive.
If you've been in food long enough, you'll know the first objection anybody ever gives you is it's too expensive, because it's an easy objection to give.
We feel that the playing field has equated itself over the course of time. Some items are still more expensive, but when you think about really the quality and the cost ratio that you get from some of the products that are available in Ontario, we find that we get better value for what we are able to purchase.
There's always something cheaper out there, but what people are looking for is value. So if somebody says to you, it's too expensive, what they're really saying is, I don't see the value in it. And so what we need to do is express the value of our food. And I think the local food movement does that really well by making the connection to the grower, how the grower grows products, and what that means.
Because I think that the question of price when it comes down to local or organic is really predicated on a system, on an industrial food system that has pushed down our throats an idea that price and low prices are right, and that those prices will give you all the sustenance that you need.
The way I look at it is the quality and nutrition is so much better, and we have very little food waste on the plate after a client eats. So for instance, if you were to do an audit in our dining rooms, it would be 90% consumed. Whereas if you went to a hospital down the road, maybe what's going in the garbage, which costs money, is closer to 50 to 60%.
Number one, the way to control your food dollars and your expenditures are look at how much waste you have. It's very important to do that.
Now here we have an ordinary loaf of homemade bread. Watch closely.
Imagine that, a whole loaf of bread disappearing before our very eyes.
Oh, madam, that is nothing. You far excel me at making bread disappear.
Well, what are you talking about? I can't make anything disappear.
No. Watch this. There, madam, is the amount of bread that you cause to disappear every week.
You must be crazy. There isn't that much bread in the world.
There's that much less bread in the world every week through household waste.
Certain product and produce, for example, that we'll use broccoli crowns for salad bar, but we use the stems for soups. So because we do all our own soups on campus, we have that additional off-cut produce to be able to use in that.
The cost per kilo may be the same, but at the end of the day, we're probably spending the same amount of money. So similar to going to a gourmet restaurant, are you going to get the big oversized portions in a high-end restaurant? No, you're going to get more controlled portions, but higher quality food.
Institutions can look at the portion costing versus what it takes to buy something at a whole. So looking at using different portion for a certain product, using different cuts, or different ways that institutions can reduce their costs at the same time to buy a better quality product.
My question to you would be, would you rather support a system that puts out healthy food and supports your local economy and supports the planet? Or would you rather put out a cheap burger? How would you respond to that? You obviously would respond in the affirmative for local and organic. And the thing that bothers me is that this question keeps coming up, and it's not appropriate because it doesn't take into account what system has built that price. That $2 burger has caused great problems for our planet. It's not sustainable, and it's not the future. So we can't look at the price. We have to look at the integrity of the product first.
I don't really think anyone ever didn't want to buy local. It was just about how easy you were going to make it for them. The easier you make it for the consumer or for my client to provide local within their facility, the more they're going to buy it.